students. My name is Miss Catterlick, and I'm an education student at Iowa State, so I'm here today to teach you guys about retelling stories. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to tell you a short story, and I want you guys to focus on different events that happened in the story and what goes on to remember it so we can talk about it afterwards. Remember that when retelling a story, you can retell a story that you've heard or you've read yourself. This one's called A Mime in the Zoo. One day, an out-of-work mime was visiting the zoo and attempts to earn some money as a street performer. As soon as he starts to draw a crowd, a zookeeper grabs him and drags him into his office. The zookeeper explains to the mime that the zoo's most popular attraction, a gorilla, has died suddenly, and the keeper fears that attendance at the zoo will fall off. He offers the mime a job to dress up as the gorilla until they can get another one. The mime accepts. So the next morning, the mime puts the gorilla in the gorilla suit and enters the cage before the crowd comes. He discovers that it's a great job. He can sleep all he wants, play and make fun of people as he draws bigger crowds than ever he did as a mime. However, eventually the crowds tire of him, and he tires of just swinging on tires. He begins to notice that people are paying more attention to the lion in the cage next to his. Not wanting to lose the attention of his audience, he climbs on top of his cage, crawls across the partition, and dangles on the top of the lion's cage. Of course, this makes the lion furious, but the crowd loves it. At the end of the day, the zookeeper comes and gives the mime a raise for being such a good attraction. Well, this goes on for some time, and the mime keeps taunting the lion, and the crowds grow larger, and his salary keeps going up. Then one terrible day, when he's dangling over the furious lion, he slips and falls. The mime is terrified. The lion gathers itself and prepares to pounce. The mime is so scared that he begins to run around and around the cage with the lion close behind. Finally, the mime starts screaming and yelling, "Help! Help me!" But the lion is quick and pounces. The mime soon finds himself flat on his back, looking up at the angry lion, and the lion says, "Shut up, you idiot! Do you want to get us both fired?" So in this story, we had the main mime and the events that happen. When you're retelling a story, you want to remember the characters and what they do. What they do causes events in the story, and those are also called plot points. Now, when we talk about the plot points, it's really important to remember that you want to sequence them or put them in order that they happen in the story so your audience can follow along and understand what you're telling them. So, in this story, we had the beginning of the story when the mime went to the zoo, and then we had several middle points, like him becoming a gorilla, he dangles from the cage, he entertains the crowd, and then you have the ending points when he falls into the cage and he's frightened by the lion and finds out the lion is another mime. As we go through these, when you read a story or listen, you should take the time to stop and think about all the important things that happen and organize them for yourself so that you can remember them. I'm going to hand out some cards here for you guys to work on in pairs where they're cards of pictures of what happened in the zoo and words that go along. And you can order them by what happened, and we'll work on it, and then we'll check it. All right, here you guys go. You have a few minutes to work on that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me.
We don't do those things.
Yeah. So if you organize the cards so that they work in the order of the story, it'll help you remember the story, and as it progresses, that when you retell the story, you have help. All right, great job, guys. Now, if you look at these, you can open up your cards and check, because on the inside of the card, it has the number, so the order that they happened. These cards are an example of something you can use to help you organize a story. Another thing that we're going to use today to help you organize your story is this concept map. So this concept map shows you, it's kind of like a story walk through the story that happens, but as the story happens, you can write in the events, or the plot points of the story. And this map has numbers and will help you sequence it. If you remember talking earlier, sequencing is organizing them by how they happen. Now, we're going to have a chance to read another story and work on that with your concept maps. So here's your concept maps. And as I read the story, you can write down the main plot points in each box so that when you retell the story to a partner later, you can use it to help remember. This story is called Psst by Adam Rex. one day when I was at the zoo, psst, over here. Oh, hi, what's up? Not much. Great, listen, could you get me a new tire? Why do you need a new tire? My swing broke, see? Oh, well, I guess so. Great, get two just in case. So the story so far has started with her going to the zoo and meeting a gorilla. Yes? Hola. Do you want some tires too? No. Trash cans. Trash cans? Si. What for? For trash. Okay. Metal or plastic? Some of each, please. Psst. It's dark in here. Yes, we like it that way. I suppose you want me to get something for you. Yes, flashlights. Many, many flashlights. Thank you. I thought you liked the dark. We do, but the hippopotamus doesn't. Hello. So she wanders through the zoo some more. Psst. Let me guess. You all want top hats. Ha ha. Hilarious. What then? Paint. We want paint. Bright colors. Why paint? Is she serious? Take a look around. It's kind of white. Paint it is. Atta girl. Psst. What are you? We are sloths. Yeah, so am I sometimes. Could you get us bicycle helmets? Bicycle helmets? Why would you need... Right, bicycle helmets. So far she's met a few animals. 2. Psst. Yeah, what now? We want corn. Corn. Hey, the sign says I can't feed you. We don't want to eat the corn. Corn. We want to turn it into a clean burning fuel. Corn, fuel. Sure. Corn, fuel. Psst. What do you want? A comfy chair. A wheelbarrow. A wheelbarrow? You'll need it to carry everything back. Oh, yeah. Hey, how am I supposed to pay for all this anyway? Coins. The peacock picks them out of the fountains. Okay. So now she's met a bunch of animals, and they've all asked her for something. What do you guys think that what do you think they're gonna do with all this stuff?
Build something.
I didn't know where I was going to find all of that stuff they wanted. Luckily, there was a store across the street that sold everything. It's a lot of stuff. I wheeled it all back and gave the animals all the things they wanted. So they all got what they asked for. And I really hope they enjoy them. The end. So in this story, when we use our concept maps, we had the beginning of the story where she met the girl and went to the zoo. What else did you guys have in your concept maps for events in your story?
She met other animals along the way and they each asked her for something.
Exactly. It's a great job. You also can realize that when you're reading a story, you might pick out things that are different from somebody else's. One of your answers might be different or your events could be different. And that's totally okay. It just matters that you remember what happens in the story so that you can retell it. Now take a minute and retell the story as best you can in your own words to a partner. All right. Thank you guys for doing that. Now, we have appropriately used a concept map to retell a story. And why do you think it helps us to use things to retell stories, like concept maps or cards?
To make sure you get all the details in that you wanted to say.
Exactly. And it also helps us sequence the story. It helps you keep events or plot points in order so that when you retell it, it doesn't get confusing. All right. Thank you guys so much for working with me today. And have a nice day. Yay.